Order submitted. Order filled.
Yeah, Nick says here, looks like it on the time frame. I think we might get a double bottom in session. That's why it's a bit difficult to push it down right now. Oh, we've got two big players in the house saying we may be finding a bottom here. Like, this is what I said, right? This is, I mean, it's a classic example of, just take a look at this chart here. This is on a corn tower. Two bullish week here, guys. And we bounced off that 239 really nice, and I said, you know what, maybe we could retest this 300, 331 before we start to get some sort of a pullback down again. I'll be surprised if it actually just starts to push to the upside, all the way up into the 445, maybe into this 331s, and maybe squeeze into the 350s at most, maybe here. But then we start to get a pullback down again. And again, I could be wrong. We'll have to see when it actually gets up to the 331s, and we'll have to see what this market really wants to do from there. But for now, we got a nice, beautiful bounce off that 239. But we have a beautiful hammer, right? A slingshot bounce, which I like to call it, a slingshot bounce off this level to the 39. And what a beautiful bullish wick here we got, like a hanging man. So it's a pretty nice looking chart so far, to the upside. So it's going to be a short-term bottom. Our big players in our Discord also said this could be the bottoming process. I don't disagree. No pullback, Miroski, man. What is up? Been since 87. Hope some people made money on that bounce. Yeah, I mean, I hope you made good trade on that one too.
Order submitted. Order submitted. Order filled.
Oh, excuse me. So what sort of a pizza is going to be on offer right now? I'm going to have to find out again. I'm going to get mad if it's really expensive again. smoke the stream that you want to party tonight, smoke it, and you know what? Let's do this, guys. We'll do a cash giveaway, and then we'll also do a account giveaway as well today. How about that, guys? That's my love. I'm giving it back to you guys. So we'll do 2 giveaways. We'll give one account, we'll give one Apex account, and we'll give one cash tonight, guys. How about that? You guys like that? It sounds a lot better than pizza for sure. Holy smokers, man! This pizzas are really expensive. Is it because of tariff? Is that what it is? Tariff? Is it tariff? XL. Just 1 second, guys. Just give me 2 minutes. I just want to finish off my order.
Order filled. Order filled. Order filled. Order filled. Order filled. Order filled. Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted. Order filled. Order submitted.
Alright. The order is
Order filled.
Just back to trading. The market's already all-time new high. Here we go. 308, guys. What is the matter? This market just kept going to the upside. Oh man, I wish I would.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
With the funded account would have been really nice. So because I'm on an eval trade, whatever I try to make here, of course, it's not going to count as a real profits, right? What a straight in one line here. Okay, so on first pullback, I'm going to try and attempt to go long. On first pullback here. No, what I'm getting right now is the Super Supreme. I don't know if you guys know Super Supreme down at Pizza Hut. That's what I'm going to get for not today, but it will be a profit in the future, maybe next week. Oh, yeah, maybe. You're right. Good point. Stack Network. Ibrahim in the house, man. What is up? Tucocini, basically 3 meats. The big man. What? Project X is not feeling me right now. Big man, are you still having a problem with Project X? Still having the same problem, guys? With X? Stay out of that Project X for now. Luckily, I'm not trading the exit pay, or I'm not trading the Project X. Guys, man, I forgot to activate my trade day. I passed my trade day, but I completely forgot to activate it. I don't even know how to activate trade day, guys.
Order filled. Order submitted. Order submitted.
I have no idea.
Order filled. Order filled. Order submitted. Order submitted.
Okay, so there, off you go. We're getting a little pullback here now. Back into the 300 again. And I'm going to try and go long here. I'm going to try and go long. I have
Order
a miss on
filled.
this one, but I still like to go long.
Order filled.
Ah, a little late. Damn it. A little late. I guess I've had it. I have two contracts here. I've got two contracts here, guys. Yeah, I was trying to get into this at 304. 304, huh? But it's okay. I still
Order filled.
get it to the upside, so. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna move.
Order filled.
Because I entered, I'm with 4 contracts here, guys. 4 contracts, guys. This is gonna be a big one. This better move. This better move now, guys. I've got 4 contracts here. This really better move now. So 4 contracts. All I really need is about 10 points to the upside. Let's see if we get it, guys. Don't tell me you're gonna get 4 back. All I really need is 4 or 5 points. 4 or 5 points, guys, man. That's all I need. Let's just pump this a little bad boy back into these 320s, guys. Oh my, guys. Ooh. Ooh. That actually looked pretty good, but all of a sudden it's not looking that great. 320 is all I need. I think at 5 points mid here is gonna get me, I don't know, like $400 profit from this, which is exactly what I need to get this over to 4K. I'm already getting pretty close to big 1K now. There's one little push, I think we should be able to do it. some more room the upside.
Order filled.
If my math is right, we could potentially get to 330 before we start to get some sort of a pullback here. Alright, go one more got filled, guys. I'm down to 2 now. I'm really down to 2. I'm gonna close this right here. I took one more off. Oh man. Okay, so I'm just down to one contract and I'm having a hard time trying to get above 51K here for some reason. But why is this so difficult? I don't know. No idea. But so far, having a little bit tough time. Looks like it's on pullback, right?
No, it does not. There's no sign of pullback.
Is stuff the dashboard still maintenance? Oh, actually, you know what? It's back up again. No, I've got 2 days. I traded 2 days already on this XFA account that I have. So already been trading 2 days and I've got $1,200 profit on it. Maybe I'll try to trade. So tomorrow morning, I'll trade tomorrow morning. Or maybe I'll try to trade today. I'll try to trade today. And today, tomorrow, on Sunday. So if I can have 2 straight days of $200, I will be able to request the payout on Monday next week. So tomorrow's Friday, so Friday and Sunday, so it counts as 2 days. And Monday afternoon I should be able to do that. So I'll look forward to trading XFA as well. And I'm thinking about loading in some funding accounts, 50Ks, a couple, maybe about 2 or 3, and then I'll try to see if I can get to a pair on those accounts as well. Funding fix is actually a lot easier in my opinion. I didn't find it difficult. Yes, I did end up going at the end of the day, but I think they're
Little push
Order
here.
filled.
Oh, filled.
things also
That's perfect.
not easier.
It's a nice trending up.
Alright, guys,
I'm not
there we
gonna
go.
try to
I just made,
do a tick for tick and buy every little pullback, but I think you could. You could buy pull the pullback and you could sell the push. We're not moving a lot, but
getting into a trade with this pro account
we
right
are
now
moving
is well,
in a
I
positive
think it's gonna
direction.
be a
So
mistake. But I am so tempted to trade this, guys, man. I don't want to trade my eval and be in profits and be like, well, it's not real markets. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, if you have a bit of a conviction in your trades, and it's like, you have a better chance of getting into good trades, and then it's like you're trading your eval. It's like, well, does this thing really matter? You know what I mean? You spend the time and the energy to just trade, and you're trading your evals, and you're making $1,000 from your eval. Like who cares? You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, I did say, yeah, Ibrahim, you're right. I did say I don't want to trade this account, so maybe I should stay away. Yeah, Alfred, you're right, man. Don't take your payouts. Yeah, I'm gonna be requesting $1,700 payout on this one. Oh man, it's gonna be nice. I like it, guys. I've got 4 accounts now. So you know what I'll do? I'll protect this. I'll walk away. I just want to make sure I've exited all my positions. And my fund futures too. $3,300 profits on this my fund futures. And I already explained about one of my core account that I had, which I had about $1,800 in profits on it, and on top of that I had $300 profits time and the energy and the effort you put into this account, and all of a sudden it doesn't exist anymore because it's gone. That's like, I think that's like, if it's a fresh new account, it's a lot, like it feels, well, it's still bad, but I mean, it still feels a lot better because it's a fresh new account, right? You haven't really put a lot of energy into that account, so it's not fine, but it's a lot. I can deal with that, but on an account that you're pretty much about 2K in profits, and then it's like a couple $100 on that day, which was disappointing, and then you end up trading again because you wanted an extra $500 profits on it. You know, $500. Yeah. To be very specific, I was like, you know, I just wanted to make a couple more $100, and I ended up blowing that account. And the market literally moved so fast today. Holy man! I was like, let me just see where I actually got to that trade. I actually went long here. I'm not wrong. I went long here. This is where I went long. Right? I thought we were gonna get a bounce. Here. I thought, and then guess what? It just flipped all the way down to 360. And then I said, okay, you know what? I'm gonna hold on to this trade because looks like it's a beautiful reversal candle here with 2 green bars. And I thought we're gonna get a continuation push, reverse back up again into this 500, right? I thought this is where we're gonna get to. And then all I need is $500 is, so I'm gonna hold on to this trade and wait for it to get a bounce into 500. I walked away, of course I walked away and I went somewhere else and I came back to my desk, in my office, and it's like the account's glowing. Because by then, it was, I think somewhere here, I think it was here. If I'm not wrong, I think it was somewhere here. Right, this is where it was. And then it was gone. And obviously I was smashing my head against the wall, of course, for being so dumb. But yeah, so I think I'm done with this. Maybe should I trade this for here?
That was a quick candle. So a lot of volume just came in. This is a tick chart, so it's by volume.
Trade this my fund futures, guys, because I've only made about $700. I don't know what. I think my fund futures core accounts, the events are 50% consistency, if I'm not wrong. If that is the case, maybe I can make a little more. Yeah, I can make a little more, I think. Coach Fred, what is going on, brother? What is going on? 400 points drop day. Ibrahim, yeah, man, today was just fierce. It is a good day to, well, I'm pretty sure a lot of traders actually struggled today. I hope all of you had a great day. Okay, so oh, Anna B, man, I'm so sorry to hear that, bro. Alright guys, you know what I'm gonna do? Let's do our cash giveaway now. Because I don't want to hold on to that anymore because it's already at 9:30 now, so we're kinda getting late. So guys, go ahead. Let's just go ahead and finish our, where's our alright guys, let's do it. Everyone, let's do it, guys. You're gonna have to post your number only once. Okay, just only once. Okay? And then let's get this going, guys. Once, and it's between
Order submitted.
Okay, so 1 to 150. So you guys got to post your numbers between 1 to 150, and you can only post it once. No duplications, guys, please. Just make sure, and you've got to be here to claim your victory. Okay, so you're gonna have to, guys, you have to post your number on our Discord, and we do that because I want to make sure we're able to verify your name, right, and you as a person too. So. And doing everyone, we already have a lot of numbers. Actually, we already had some number prior to me calling out. See, there we go. We had lost numbers. So, guys, all these numbers that you guys posted at about 6:59 are all going to count, right? You guys know that. What is this? Oh, poor best guy. Trading. Be careful of poor best guy. Don't be too aggressive. Alright, lucky me, man. This market's kind of like choppy right now, which is great. I was supposed to get into some other trades. I can't remember exactly what it was. Oh yeah, I said I'm gonna trade my funded futures. Maybe, maybe not. Yeah, no, I don't want to trade my fund features right here, right now. We'll trade the XFA, guys. We'll trade the XFA. Alright, let's go, man. Well, I heard you guys have a lot of trouble with this Project X and Topstep X, so I am really concerned, I'll be honest. So I don't want to... So we got some levels here that we gotta watch. Yeah, it looks like a little reversal here, back up again, so, okay. So I'm gonna try and go long here, guys. I'm gonna try and go long on a pullback here, back into maybe 311, and this is going to be with mini contracts. Discord? Oh dear. Guys, I'm gonna share my link again. Alright, everyone, I shared the Discord link on our YouTube chat, so just take a look. Use that link to get hop into our Discord, guys. So here is our Discord link. I've shared on our YouTube chat. Click on that to hop on our Discord that you guys can see on our main screen.
Order filled. Order submitted. Order submitted.
Okay, guys, I went long again. At 3:20, I went long.
Order submitted. Order filled. Order submitted.
Alright, guys, I'm gonna give you guys one more minute to put in all your numbers, guys. We'll go ahead and do our random number call out.
Order filled.
We got a lot of numbers here, guys. Guys, I shared my Discord link on our YouTube chat. You can use that to hop onto our Discord chat and post the number between 1 to 150 for you guys, guys. Good luck, everyone. I'm gonna give you guys one more minute to finish this off. No, it's not 10 more minutes. Are you, Jabez, are you trying to send a message to me, or are you trying to talk to the number on Discord? You shouldn't have a problem, I think. You know, Steve, what does that mean? I don't understand. You have 3 accounts? Every time? Oh. So they can only type it once, and we have a way to track how many numbers we have posted. We got a lot of people on our, a lot of members on our Discord, we can track that.
Order submitted. Order filled. Order submitted. Order filled. Order submitted.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I have a dog. What a title is there? Alright guys, are you guys ready to do this? Let's do it, guys.
Order filled.
I'm ready now. I'm ready. Let's go in. No, that's a cockapoo. That's cockapoo. I'll limit. Introduce yourself. Introduce you. Cheers, man. Alright guys, I am ready to call out the number, everyone. Let's finish this off. Everyone, let's do it. Let's do it right now. Where did the meeting go? Okay.
Order filled.
Good luck, everyone. Number 26, guys. 26. Oh, Spaceman. Spaceman is the winner. Spaceman, I think you got it, bro. Can somebody confirm Spaceman actually got this at 7 o'clock? He posted at 7 o'clock in the morning. Sorry, not in the morning, in the afternoon. 7 p.m. What am I saying? 7 p.m. at night. I think he's got it. I think that's Spaceman, 7 o'clock, yeah. We've got Spaceman, guys. Spaceman. is the winner. Spaceman, I hope he's here though. I hope you are here. No, Sid number is fine. Sid number is fine. Spaceman, you want to confirm on our Discord that you are here? Oh, Spaceman actually confirmed he's here. Oh yeah, there we go. Spaceman actually confirmed. There we go. Spaceman, congrats man. You are the winner here tonight. Brother, congrats man. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah. Oh, your nickname go by Neverism on YouTube? Okay, I see. Right man, beautiful. Spaceman, you are the winner man. Congrats once again. Talk to me once the streaming is over and I'll get this cash process for you. Just make sure you have the PayPal though. So you have PayPal, correct? I'll get a process for you, brother. Congrats once again, man. You are the champion here tonight, bro. I love it. I love it. Nice, everyone. Great job, man. And we're getting a bounce in the market. The market loves every time we do giveaway, guys. The market loves it. The market always pops in front of our giveaways for some reason. Nice. I like that. Spaceman, congrats once again. Okay, everyone, I think this is it for me today, and the market is trying to get a bounce, and I'm going to leave this here now. I will be back tomorrow morning, guys. I will be back tomorrow morning. I will be trading the New York cash tomorrow morning. I will start the day from the pre-market at about 8 o'clock in the morning. Eastern time, that is, right? So, we'll see you guys back tomorrow. Be safe, everyone. Have a great night. Take care of yourself and your family, everyone. We'll see you guys back tomorrow at 8 a.m. in the morning, guys. Trading the New York live. Take care, everyone. We'll see you guys back tomorrow. Morning clock, 8 a.m. in the morning, guys. New York. Good night.
Step into Wix Studio.
Yo, what up? Just chilling in a trade. Just trading one account right now. This one right here. About 2,700 in it. It's a Tradeify eval. Yeah. Gotta get it to 159. I'm at 154 right now, so need to make another 5,000. But I'm not rushing it. Currently, let me change that. So currently in three contracts on one account. It's an eval account. Just trying to let it ride up. I feel like we could push quite a bit higher. I feel like we all want to be bearish, being that we were down quite a bit yesterday, but it's hard to, needed to not lose sight that we're still in a bull market. So just because we had one bad day doesn't mean we're gonna lose everything. Abraham, I've been kind of in and out. I think I got into this one. I got multiple kind of around in this area for this account. And I've just been taking off and adding down slowly. I don't think I'll add any more unless we get something interesting. I have 3 still. There's no real need. You guys in any trades right now? NFP should be interesting. What does that stand for? NFP. No, non-farm payroll. Wasn't that today? Oh, tomorrow morning? Give me 1 second, I'll check. So it looks like Europe has their CPI at 5. I mean, that could do something. Average hourly wage month over month, that's at 830. Yep, you're right. Non-farm payroll is at 830. And unemployment rate also at 830. So between those two, yeah, that could definitely move the market a lot. PMI is at 945. Some manufacturing stuff at 10. Yeah, quite a bit of news. I like to use this at investing.com. It rates the news from 1 to 3 stars. A lot of the news events with 1 star, I mean, they might tick the market a little bit, but probably not a lot. But you start getting into the 3-star things, you most likely expect the market to react to it in some sort of way. It doesn't have to be huge, but Some of them maybe not, but some of them don't apply to everything either. Like there might be crude oil or something, and if crude oil stays roughly where it's at, it's probably not going to change the market much. Also, most probably know roughly what crude oil is going to be. It's probably not going to be a huge surprise. See what earnings are tomorrow. That's today. Let's go tomorrow. Exxon, Chevron. T-Row. That's be interesting, maybe that one. Moderna. Cinemark. Don't really think people go to the movies anymore, but maybe they make movies. I don't know. You think so? Why do you think it looks bearish right now? So we're roughly at about open price. So I mean, there's gonna be some resistance, but I don't know if I think we're bearish. I would say you're predicting the market to turn bearish, maybe, which could happen, but we're not breaking down. True. So let me pull a graph up that we can draw on. So we had a low. From the low, we've had a nice push up with that candle had a nice wick on it as well. We've not broken that yet. And even if we did break it, that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a sell-off instantly. This is where we open. It's hard to see because I have two lines there. It's white line for me means that's where market closed previous day. But I also have a red line, so it's hard to see. But yeah, I would see this being a resistance point. But yeah, I don't necessarily see it as a bearish yet. I'm not one to go for. We've had lower lows since Monday. I don't think that's true. Let me look. So Monday was the 28th. Oh, yeah, you're right. We have had lower lows, but we've also had higher highs. So that's kind of the megaphone pattern that we were talking about earlier. That can be a bullish pattern. So just because we've had lower lows doesn't necessarily mean we're actually. Let me move it to a different graph so you guys see. I was looking at my other monitor, but so lower low, higher high, lower low, higher high, lower low, higher high. What's to say tomorrow we don't have the same, a higher high? Just as bearish as that, one could argue is just as bullish, because we break lower, but we reject that lower price and end up going higher. 23,3555 could be resistance. Yeah, could be. Let me go back to a different chart. I don't like that one. 355. Even if that was true, we'd have roughly 30 points to go. So yeah, I'm not looking to get out of this yet. I think if I wanted to trim, I could definitely trim. That would be fine. But I'm not going to right now. Check hourly. Yeah, we can do that. So yeah, we're on down. But we also, you want to check our. So the problem with always wanting to go in trend, that's fine. You can do that. And yes, there's on a larger time frame, we probably are bearish. However, on an hourly candles, we had kind of a double bottom right here. It's close. They're very close. A nice wick. And the next candle is green and beat it. Surpassed it. The next one, we're still in it. Well, we just started it 10 minutes ago. So this candle will prove a lot, I suppose. But until this candle was to break here, why not be long? Tomorrow morning. Those. True. 16th, 22nd, and 23 are higher highs. On the... Oh, yeah, you're right. So even here, we were trying to break out, and so 16th. Yeah, so I mean, you could even say, so you're saying the 16 right here was a higher high, we failed, and the 22nd's a higher high, so what's saying we don't just go back down? Yeah, no, I mean, that's fair, but doesn't mean we won't go higher now. Things do normally, whenever you go from high to low and low to high, normally there's some sort of reversing pattern. It doesn't just... Sometimes it just slingshots the other direction, but that's looking pretty good right here. As a reversing, we had a couple candles come down, wick, and go higher. Even here. Let me go back. If you were to buy down in here, these candles wicked up a couple... How many points is that? I mean, that's a big candle. $21,307 to 130 points. So, I mean, for trading purposes, it doesn't matter if the market is going to go down from this point. It doesn't mean I can't capture 50 to 100 points. I'm not necessarily trying to get the market and sell it up here. It might happen, but I think there's a good chance that this is at least a short-term bottom and we move up here. The massive engulfing candle, I just wouldn't bet against it right now. But you could be in the right for sure. Yeah, I mean, there's not a 100% chance that anyone's right. But basically, you're betting long-term or short-term. long term, we actually, I don't. This might not be popular opinion. We're actually in an uptrend. We're in a bullish market. We keep on the weekly, on the day, well, almost every day, but today, we've been closing higher and higher. And today we had a modest pullback. Nothing crazy. So there's no reason to freak out. If one is uncertain on which way to go, I would look for good places to enter on the bottom and go long. I think that will always work even in a bearish market, but given the market that we're in, I think it will work most of the time. Just don't. You can't always expect to get 300 points, 200 points. Don't take my word for it. I'm not a pro. Haha. 5. I see your daily megaphone pattern. The last 3 days have been engulfing candles. Yeah. 728 is the doji. Let's look at that. Yeah, that was a doji. We came up, came down, somewhere in between. I actually remember talking about this candle earlier in the week, saying that my opinion was it wasn't bearish, it wasn't bullish, it was indecisive. And I would say that turned out to be true. We've had highs and lows. We've been bullish and bearish ever since, depending how you want to look at it. I could see how one would say this wick is scary. One thing I like to look at on a daily, well, it can work on any time frame technically, but any candle that in the next one overextends in both directions, and that starts to happen more and more. I mean, that is essentially the megaphone pattern, but essentially you're creating an environment where the market is expanding and there's more volatility, and that could work out in either direction. But whatever direction the market does eventually pick, it can be launch it, in either direction. So can't really draw that well in here, but let's just say we open in the middle and tomorrow is the day where we decide, and if we break this, we could just rocket up a couple hundred points easy. Or the inverse, we break it to the downside, we could come all the way down here, maybe try to find some support. Both are possible. And we're all going to have our opinions on which way it's going to go. I'm not really betting on that right now, so it doesn't really matter to me. I can see us pushing towards 23,400, 450 as a top tonight, but I'm not trading anymore tonight. I'm no pro either. London Open will be interesting. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought too. Can't show you, it's on my different screen, but on like a 15-minute chart, we have an EMA at like 23,423. I could see us at least getting there and trying it. I think the simple moving average is 23,570. If you're a little bit more bullish, maybe that would be your target. Let me go back and kind of just check on my trade. I know the market hasn't moved a whole lot, but So we're still just kind of grinding in that zone. So, I mean, if one was worried about it being potentially bearish here, I mean, and you still wanted to be in your long, you could just move your stop up to whatever level you think is appropriate, and then you just exit once it hits. I think a potential pullback could be bought up, so I'm not going to do that. And I'm also up on this account, so I can afford to take a little bit of risk. Don't want to lose what I made, but check something else out. You guys trade gold or watch gold? Anything you guys are interested in? So even like gold's, been going down today. Well, kind of. I don't know. But yeah, we closed here and we're down here, so a lot of people like to say gold and index, NASDAQ, whatnot, go opposite from each other, but obviously that's not true. They actually have similar price movements tonight. I normally don't trade gold, but I do look at it. This is oil. Not only NQ, but that's my go-to. I like trading ES too. ES is probably cleaner and easier to trade, to be honest, but it's not as exciting, so... Exciting doesn't make you money, though, either, so... They're different. If you are definitely trying to take some risk off in trading, but you want to trade, switching to ES from NQ would be smart. Doesn't move as much. It's not as erratic. Typically, they move in the same direction. Not always, but typically not. Looking for the right word. Less like false breakouts and whatnot. NASDAQ's gonna trap you more. ES is probably gonna be a little easier to read. Oil's going down, it looks like. I don't really trade oil. Personally, I don't really trade oil either, but you can see that when it moves a lot, so there's definitely some good trading options in here if it's something you follow. Find a good strategy for it. Don't trade oil. Every once in a while, if it's something like oil is really moving and I think I understand why, I might try, but not for me. So here's ES. So ES is pretty clean. Like, keep in mind this is a 5-minute graph. I don't know. Maybe we need to come back down here again. I don't know. But I like this wick. So as scary as this candle is, most people would say that's a really scary candle. So 63.56 to 63.46. So a 10-point drop in a matter of 5 minutes. That's a lot for ES, especially at that hour. But also realize it dropped 10 points and came back 5 points. And most of the time, people would say if this next candle, like, oh, it's pretty good recovery, 5 bars green. Keep in mind that happened right here as well. This might as well be green. This part, we went down 10 points and had enough power to come back 5. When this candle closed, we closed bullish. Yes, we were bearish initially, but we ended up closing bullish. This candle could have told you to buy right here. And it would have been a good buy. If you would have bought right when this candle closed, you would never actually have been down in your trade since you bought. And I didn't trade this. I didn't trade ES. But that's an example where you look for these kind of scary candles, but then you sit down and think about it. It's not as scary, and you can find some good trading options from them. Does that make sense to you guys? Does that sort of analysis help you guys, or not really? Looks like we're pushing right now. So we're pushing right now on NASDAQ. So as hard as it is, sometimes we want to, yes, we want to trade logically, but you also need to try to trade logically without your emotions. So seeing things like this candle, like this, even comparing, we were just looking at ES, this is the same point in time. This candle, you can see you would have been down on your trade if you, at one point, if you would have entered, but not by much, very small amount. If you were to enter here, your stop loss should have been under here anyways. You would never have gotten stopped out, and you would have, for a brief period of time, been in the red, and ever since then, you would have gone up. I would say NASDAQ provides you more options to scalp within a trade because it's a little more whippy. Like, we went to VWAP almost instantly, rejected, came back down, and came right back up. We formed that trend line just like ES did. So I would say this candle could be pretty important, just based off of same story as this. We went up a fair bit and came all the way back down. That in itself isn't horrible, but if that ends up turning red and we go all the way down to the 10, maybe that is a doji, and we need to rethink this trade because we were bullish, the market said no, and we rejected and came down. So this thing can also be used inversely as an indicator to get out as well. But this is kind of the boring part. Just wait. Getting back and forth isn't really. It might be good entertainment to watch, but I don't think it's good trade. Market hasn't given me anything. I think maybe at this level right here, if we break, it would be a good, okay, let's get out. Or maybe at least get out of a couple contracts. So I don't know why I have these orders on still. I probably need to get rid of
Order
them.
canceled.
And that's what it's saying my average price is. I don't think it's accurate. I've been buying and selling, so.
Order submitted.
But I could put a stop. Maybe in this area.
Order submitted.
Just under this low. And that's kind of the hard thing. I mean, yes, you could take profit here, and that's great if you do that, and then the market does come down to here if it stops you out. But at the same time, if you take profit there and the market keeps ripping, then you sold here and you lost out there. So you can't have your cake and eat it. You can't have cake and eat it too. I mean, it's one of the two. So and ultimately, I'll still be up a fair bit on the day if I get stopped out here. So that's fine. And that's kind of where some people like to trade ES more. There's a chance it will break that and come right back. And I might move that stop loss too. But similar to this, it's not very bullish. We went up, came down, next candle's red. That could have been a short entry sign. We'll see if that works out. And that's why I have my stop loss. It might not be. still probably need to break this level for it to be truly short. And even if we break it, that doesn't mean... I feel like it's easier for the markets to go up than it is down sometimes, so it might want to come back up, double test somewhere in here, and reject, and then come back down. Look to see what the book map is potentially telling us. So we had this, that was our bottom. We had the huge order there that stayed, and looks like orders just kind of followed the market up and was here for a long time at 414-ish, and now they moved it down, so it doesn't really look like these orders are trying to get filled, to be honest, but they may be supporting the market up. But honestly, now we're looking bullish again. And this is why you kind of want to let your things run a little bit, because, and yeah, we're too early to tell for sure certain, but we could have sold right there because that was scary. And then the market decides to come right back. You can't flip-flop every time the market wants to make a move in the other direction. It's not any strategy where you do that. It's going to be hard to make money. Yeah, so that's something you need to definitely try to work on. Also, let's look at this. We are looking at this at a 5-minute graph. Let's go to a 1-minute graph, because a 1-minute graph is probably going to make your emotions that much crazier. And I'm not saying don't look at a 1-minute graph. It has its place, but this tells a different story, I feel like. Maybe a more experienced trader can look at this and decipher it a little bit more, but I mean, these are just huge swings, or they at least appear to be huge. They're decent swings. I feel like if I was to make a recommendation, I would also just try to advise people not to really look at the 5-minute graph, or not to look at the 1-minute graph. To try to maybe look more at a 3-minute graph or a 5-minute graph, because you'll just get chopped up in this. I mean, here it was pretty clean, but right here you could get chopped up. Oh, it's short, and then as soon as you get short, maybe say here it wicks down, now it's green. Okay, I'm long. Maybe you ride it up a little bit, then here it's short again. Well, you probably don't sell. Now it's back up, and you just keep changing, and you never really get any profit. I'm mostly on 1 minute, sometimes 3, never 5 and above. I don't really use the 3-minute graph. I know some people like it. I'm not a proponent of cell phone trading, so I'm sitting here at my desktop. I have a 1 minute on my other monitor, and as I go up, the time frame goes higher. So I have a 1 minute that's pretty much eye level. I have 5 minute that's eye level. It's a 43-inch screen that's vertical, so it has can have a lot of information on it. You just keep going higher and higher, and then at the top is the daily. So I mean, I go from 1, 5, 15 hour daily. Yeah, there's more important time frames as well. People like the 4 hour, but for me, those are the time frames I can use that work with my sort of trading. I don't personally need a 4 hour candle for my trading. Some people might. It might help some. So maybe try to add a 5 minute in. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe a 3 would work. Nice. I don't know. I can look at the 3-minute graph, I guess. Yeah, I mean, you can tell from the 1 minute graph to the 3 is a lot cleaner. If anything, maybe replace your 1 minute graph with the 3-minute graph and just use a 3 and 5. Just switching to 3 took a lot of the noise out. You know, kind of chopping in this area. That's going to be choppy no matter what time frame you look at, I think. Bull bearish, and this would have been a candle right here that could have made you go, oh shit, maybe the market's changing. We went all the way down and all the way back in 3 minutes, so we were really bearish, and people bought this up, didn't like that price, it came all the way back. That's a bullish momentum move. And then we went higher. Even if you would have waited to buy at the end of this candle, you still would have been pretty good. I don't trade off the 3, so I don't know how I would have done that, but I think avoiding the 1 minute graph could help you be more consistent and flip-flop less. And also keep in mind here too, if I'm to take a contract off here because I have 3, that probably means I shouldn't add it back as soon as it breaks out. For whatever reason, if I take one off here because I have multiple, I'm doing that because I think it should be because I think we're at a place where the market's gonna pull back. So I don't know why I would just add it right back. I mean, I've done it plenty of times, but when you think about it, it doesn't make any sense. Yeah, it's like using higher to see support and resistance for entries on 1, because if in minis, that's a big profit loss with NQ small moves, especially on New York sessions. Yeah, I mean, I see what you're trying to say, but the 3 minute shows you everything the 1 minute shows you. It just looks cleaner. You would still be able to use these candles to find good entries. I feel like the 3 minute will help you not flip directions maybe quite as frequently. I will say, let me get rid of this and say just this. I mean, that could have scared some people out, this candle right here. I could have seen that, but again, if your basis of this trade would have been this candle down here, your stop loss should have been probably under that low. Or hopefully you got into this candle in this area and it's at least not above your entry at this point. You still probably wouldn't have got stopped out. But yeah, if you think one of your problems is getting in and out of the market and just flip-flopping, I think one of the better ways of not necessarily fixing the problem, but is to look at higher time frames and to use more trade analysis, like getting into your trades, looking at support, resistance, trend lines, candles. Candles matter. That's the basis of all of these things. The candles like this, that's going to give you good reasons to do what you do, and then when you make those decisions, let your trades work out. So if this just rolled over and came right back down, yeah, your stop is right here and you're out maybe, or maybe it's 5-10 points or something, but there's some sort of predefined risk. You're out. But if it does work out, and hopefully it works out at least half the time, you can write it up and you can make more profit than what you would lose. And over time, that should equate to making money. One nice thing about trading at these sessions at Asia, like, yeah, they may be moving faster tonight than most of the time, but they move relatively slow. Have a lot of time to think about what you're doing, when in New York you don't. So use that to your advantage during Asia, is actually taking the time to think a little bit, because you can in Asia. There's time to take the minute or two, think about profit, loss, target. If I get in here, where's a good place to get out? You have time to do all that, even on a night like tonight where it was moving fairly quick, because it wasn't moving anywhere near the New York session, where the New York session might move 100 points or more in a minute sometimes, or even less, maybe 30 seconds. So that's going to be the biggest advantage of trading at Asia. So you just, quite frankly, have more time. It can also suck, though, too, because I might want the market just to move and to go in whatever direction it's going to end up going, and I don't want to sit here and trade it all night. But that's not the reality of Asia, unfortunately, most of the time. It's going to take time. This is the book map. So these levels, sometimes the market almost pulls to them like magnets. So it's possible we're trying to get to that 2386 level right here, or 83. I don't know what it is exactly. Let's zoom in. 2380 roughly. Maybe we're trying to get up there. Looks like breaking 50 would be our next order block we'd have to break through. So maybe if you were in a long like me right now, you would try to peel one off before 50. But yeah, just slow grind. So remember, it was not that many points ago, maybe 10, 15 points ago, everyone was like, get out, it's bearish. Well, those same people would probably be clicking the buy button right now. Buy. And they would have lost money on the other, well, if they wrote it up, they would have made money maybe, but depending where they got in, they would have lost money. And now they're going long. And depending what the market does, because we could have a little pullback, they get right out of it. The market's going to move up and down. It's not going to go up 100% in one direction. One thing, if you like to be in and out of the market, you can try it. You could try to sell one
Order
up here.
submitted.
And it's a little easier to do this when you have multiple contracts. Hey, what's up? So let's try to... try to get it to fill. I don't know. We'll see if that fills or not.
Order
But yeah, you
filled.
can get out of one here if you really have a basis that it's gonna go lower, but you still might be bullish. But I could try to buy one.
Order
I could try to
submitted.
buy it back down here. And I'm still maintaining my stop loss down here. That probably wasn't smart. We could just keep ripping, but I don't mind taking some profits on this account. I'm up 3,500 on it since I started. So, I mean, and if it does come down, hit and come back, that's a win. But if I'm truly long, I'm not going to be doing... Most likely I'm not going to be taking everything, selling it here, and trying to buy it here. You could. I probably wouldn't. Because who's to say we don't just keep ripping? And then you'll end up trying to buy again. You'll probably get bad entry. And who knows what's going to happen. I took that off there with the plan of buying it, being willing to buy it again at a certain level. But at that level, or close to it, not up here. Oh, thanks, man. Oh yeah, if you haven't clicked like, please like and subscribe. especially if you find this useful. Do you guys have any questions? Anything I can maybe help you guys with? So it kind of depends. If I'm willing to, risk it for the biscuit, I might risk the whole thing. Probably not the smartest. If I'm not okay with that, I'm not gonna do that. And I would say, if you are 1,500 in the red, you're probably something's going on, and unless you're just in huge size, the chances of you getting out of it is unlikely. Everyone trades kind of different. That's kind of one of those things you have to look at where you're entering in a trade. So like today we are on a pretty bearish side. So we're buying at the low of the day. If this same setup was more in the middle of the day, might be looking a little different. You might have to have a larger stop loss realistically just to prevent yourself from getting wicked out of the trade. So just kind of got to figure out where you're at and how much risk you think that trade is worth. And unfortunately, I think we all make this mistake way too often, including myself, is we want to be in a trade now. We don't want to wait. We want to be short or we want to be long, but we want to be in something. But sometimes it pays to be patient and to wait. And like say on YouTube, that can be hella boring to watch. But sitting patiently, watching something on TV, doing something to keep yourself occupied, waiting for levels to hit areas of interest, candles to form that mean something, can help a lot sometimes. And just waiting for a good trade setup to happen versus just entering a trade with an X amount of risk. Yes, you can do that, enter trade with just X risk, but if that's the basis of your trade, is just making a decision and risking X amount, I don't think you'll be profitable. You need to be looking for the right places to make trades. Yeah, I don't really like to trade with micros either, flipping between micros and minis. Maybe one thing to consider if that's your thing is what time of day and what type of volatility. What type of volatility you expect on the session. So like even Asia today, we had a good idea that the market tonight could have been pretty volatile, and it was for a while. Knowing that tonight wouldn't have been a horrible idea to say, you know what, I'm not doing the best. I don't want to fail this account. Let me scale back from, instead of doing minis and up to say 3 or 4 minis, let me scale back and go to micros and order in blocks of 3 or something. So I can do 3, 6, 9 ads. But honestly, if you're really getting it and doing a really good job, you look for the best setups. Like I was showing you on that 5-minute graph earlier. You didn't really need to keep adding. You could have just bought right and held. And probably none of us did that. But it's something that, looking back, we should be critical on ourselves when we see easy setups like this. And then let's take it back even here a little bit further. Because I know the next frame of thought is, well, that same thing just happened and it wasn't quite as clean. No, it wasn't quite as clean, but it still would have worked, probably. We came down. This is a 3-minute. Let me go to a 5-minute, see how that looks. Yeah, so it looks better on a 5-minute than a 3-minute graph. Came down red, huge red candle. Came down a bunch more, rejected. This could have been a buying candle at about this point. Maybe you wait for the candle to close. Buy somewhere here. And it didn't really do much, I agree. But say you had a 10-point stop. It probably would have worked. Let's look. If you had a 10-point, they got 42. Actually, it wouldn't have. 42. So that would have been 32. You would have just got stopped out. So it might not have worked on that one. But if you had a 15-point stop, it maybe would have. Things to play around with. And not every trade's going to work. You could have took that trade there, might not have worked. And you could have did it again here, and you could have made your money back. I think. Let's say you entered here. 73. That's 40 points. You would have entered here. 40. Yeah, you would have made your money back. But it would have been a good trade setup. Yeah, New York is wild. And I'm not saying you can't buy down here either. There's a reason. There can be other reasons to buy more randomly, or what may not be random. Maybe we go to a different time frame. And you see something on a larger picture of some sort of resistance or support. Maybe you're using that as a buy setup. Like maybe that one didn't hold today, but this line is a line. Let's see if there was trades on that line today that would have made sense. Yeah, there were a few actually. So this line that I had drawn, you could have bought in that area, and you could have took it up a few times today. This is on the 1-hour graph. So let's look at 1400. And we'll go on a 5-minute. So 1400 on the 5 minute. This was a bearish candle at one point. It was red. It came back up, turned green, ended up closing higher. That one maybe would have been a little harder to enter. You would have had to be a little quicker. That's one where if you didn't play it off of this level, it probably wouldn't have worked as well. But if you were playing off levels, things that you had drone, like I do, I'm looking for it to hit this level maybe. That might be a good buy setup. I have X risk, maybe it's 5, depending maybe how much I think it's going to move and how much I'm willing to risk or can risk in that account. So say I'm willing to risk 1,000, I can calculate how many contracts that's going to be with it being able to have my stop realistically in a decent place. So off one contract, 1,000, and risking $1,000, that should be 1 point is 20. 20 times 5. 100. So $100 for 5 points. So 10 points is 200. So 50 points would be 1,000 if I'm doing my math right. So I could, 40 for 800. So 50 for 1,000. So you could have done a 1-for-1 trade, or here, risk 100 points from this line, and let's just say you entered at this first line. 329. So with 50 points, 329 would be 280. Would have had to get down to here to stop out. So you wouldn't have stopped out. And you could have took it for more than 50 points. So if you were just doing a 1-to-1, you could have made that $1,000 easy off that setup. And maybe, and some of that's going to depend on what you. This would have been a scary point in the day to do that setup, but with it being so red. But levels do normally play, even on red days, but they don't have to. Some of these other lines I had drone might not have worked. And these lines weren't drone for today. They're just lines that I've had that I drew a while back. If I was trying to play off of them specifically, I would probably go look at what those lines were from a little bit more. Yeah, they're from past levels, but I would have liked, like, if I was to play off it, it would have been good for me to look at from what level exactly. Like, was it a high day? Was it a low day? How long ago was it? Have we broken that level since? Like, good things to know, because if we've already broken that level, it might not mean as much. But if we haven't broken that level yet, there's probably a stronger chance we'll have some sort of reaction off of it. And if it's something that we've broken, it's just, it's a support resistance zone. It's good to know. It just might not play quite as cleanly. Thank you. check back in our NASDAQ. So selling it is probably going to prove to up here, hoping that we could potentially get back here is going to most likely prove to not work, I think, looking at the chart right now. But it's okay. It is okay. That was more of an example. This isn't a live account, so I mean, yes, it's important. I want to pass it, but it's fine. Just slowly stair-stepping up. And in these sorts of environments, no reason to freak out as soon as we stop coming down. We hit it. It might take a minute, especially in Asia. Are you in any trades right now? Anybody in any trades right now? So we did break past the session close, and we might be trying to go back towards it right now. Maybe we're trying to get back to this. I don't know. But kind of just boring little action right now. It's not very exciting. Not much I can really say. Just slowly grinding. Oh, well. You don't trail your stop in profits. So this stop right here, is that what you're referring to? That being what looks like my entry. Because I've traded it up and down through here, it's NinjaTrader calculates it funny. So it looks like that's where I entered, but I really entered over here. So if I get stopped off here, I'll be in profit still. Especially since I sold one up here. What I do need to do, I need to reduce that down to 2, because I don't have 3 contracts, I have 2 now. But the whole trailing your stop in profits, I'm not going to tell people what to do on that. Some people are firm believers that that's a required thing to do, and some people don't believe in it at all. I do think there comes a certain point you're up $2,000, you should at least make sure you don't lose money on it, but not everybody does that. I don't know. If you trail your profits instantly, you don't leave room for your trades to work too. There's pros and cons to it. But at a certain point, I think, yes, if you're up a large amount and you're not locking profit in, that's probably a problem. But how you lock that profit in might be different. Maybe that's locking profit in by selling some in profit, not by moving your stop. Yeah, I mean, I don't think you always have to have all of them. I don't think you need to have. Um, I think a mental stop can be okay. Depends. Get burned for sure by doing it though. And profit level, same. I mean, if you got into a trade, you maybe had a risk reward and you just take it, or maybe you just try to take it for what you can get. So maybe you wait till there's a chart confirmation that we are potentially bearish again. It might not necessarily be based on number. You can do it either way. One way is definitely going to require more time and more effort. If I'm doing it by how the chart looks and how the candles are forming and all these different things, I have to actively look at it. If I'm just doing it based off of stops and things like that, I could just set it up and walk away. There's really no reason for me to look at it. Looking at it is probably just going to make you change your opinions and do things you're not supposed to at that point, if that's your strategy. I like to actively manage to some extent. Like down here, I had a lot of contracts at one point. I had like 10. And I was ready to sell as well. Limit sell and get out of it if it didn't work out. But to me, it just looked really bullish. So I like to look at the book map. There's kind of a lot of things you look at within the book map, and the book map is tricky, and the book map likes to fake you, so that one can be interesting. Sometimes these levels are things that the market gets pulled to. The hard thing with that is there's levels in both directions always, so which one is going to go to, harder to say. But sometimes you'll see that you can use trends that you've noticed in the book map. Sometimes you keep, like when we kept breaking out, we'd had these huge order levels above it, and it just seemed like they would just eventually hit and then go through it, and the market would run up 50, 100 points, whatever. So just seeing things like that and then playing off of it. No, it doesn't always get pulled to the bigger orders. Yeah, I wouldn't solely make your decisions off the book map. It's probably not wise. But if you watch it enough, it can be helpful. I can't say I see anything in it right now that's like, oh my god, this is a great example to show you when this happens in book map. Like, I don't really see anything interesting in it, so all I can really tell you is there's a huge level at this 15-ish area down here that's either acting as support, or maybe the market says fuck it and we go right to it and we fill those orders. Also, it looks like some manipulation in the markets going on. You see a lot of big order blocks being moved around. That's probably the most interesting thing I can see on it. Just that people are moving things around. But yeah, it's definitely a good tool for Confluence. But I would say I look at chart patterns and candles, and that would be more of my thing to enter. I do like to dollar cost average sometimes, so maybe I saw this, wasn't in it, and it looked a little wicky here. Maybe I'd just buy that low, and then when it drops down 5 more points, 10 more points, I just buy another contract and I try to average it. That might be something I try to do. I'm not saying it's smart. Sometimes I'll trade off open. It's a little scarier. It's not normally as much thoughtful process that maybe went into the trade, but alright guys, well, I think I'm gonna head off in a few minutes. Anybody have any questions before I log off for the night?
Order filled.
Yeah, man, definitely. Hope to see you back again, and tomorrow's Friday, so I will not be back tomorrow night. But might be, I don't remember. Tiger and I are gonna do one together, maybe Sunday or Monday. So maybe I'll be back Sunday on my channel, or maybe I'll be with Tiger. I'm not sure. But hope to see y'all around, and happy trading, safe trading, and yeah, have a good night.